Hey everyone, how you doing today? My name's Kirsty, aka Beth Bookish, and on today's video I'm talking you through my June TBR plans. June is a bit of a weird one this year because it's the Amazing Readathon hosted by Brianna from FourPawsandaBook. The thing I think is really awesome, but I also really freaking hate with this readathon is that we don't know the prompts until the readathon starts in June. So at this point in the last week of May, we have no idea. So it's impossible to build a TBR. That being said, I do obviously still have my TBR game. And we also have the Adventurerathon mini round that even though for that one we've got June, July and August to work on, I'm still going to pick books now and hope that one of them could come up in the Amazing Readathon. I'm hoping for that. A few hopefuls that I want to get onto my reading this month. I need to get Powerless by Elsie Silver because obviously this is part of the Chestnut Springs read along. This is book 3. Over the next 2 months I need to get The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman somewhere because for my Patreon book club originally we selected Mina and the Undead for our book. Unfortunately in Australia it's almost impossible to get a hold of this book and we have tried about 12 different places and it's just been so hard for Ren to get a hold of, so we ended up swapping out and picking this book instead. So if you would like to join us, a nice, quick and easy middle grade might be your thing. I've then got The Dissonance by Sean Hamill. This is an ARC that was very kindly gifted to me by Titan Books. This one releases in July, but it is pretty chunky, although it's only 450 pages, but it's so chunky and the writing is very small. So I feel like it's gonna read more like a 600-page book. So this one I would like to get to before its release date so I can just get it over and done with. And then one that I need to read for a vlog project. I'm currently doing part 1 of the project and then part 2 is going to release in July or August. And this is Promise of Blood by Brian McClellan. This is a book that I need to read that arrived just this morning and I need to read as part of a vlog thing that is coming up soon. So let's see what the board has in store and try and figure out what books we're gonna go and read. Okay, slightly different angle for the board this month, but 6 rolls. Let's see what we get. Roll number 1. A strong female main character. Roll number 2 is also a 2. Shit. I didn't really want the jar today. When do we ever want the jar? Fucking hell. What is with me today? Oh my god. We have seven X's on NetGalley. Cool. Roll number 3. A blank. A book in progress that I need to finish. Roll number 4. Another 5. Oh, I would have cried if I'd have got 2 of those. Mental health rep. Roll number 5. Ooh, we reached the end of the line, and are we gonna win or are we getting another prompt? Oh god, a challenge prompt. Okay, 550 plus page book. Cool. Which means we've also then got to restart for the final. Wait. Yep. So it's between pathway 1 and pathway 2. 2. So we're going to be going, no it's not, it's between pathway 1, 2, between pathway 1 and pathway 4, pathway 4. And our final roll is also a 4. And we're finishing on a blank, and that is my highest or lowest rated book on Goodreads. Okay, let's go pick some books. Okay, we are back, and helps if I'm properly in frame. We're back, and I've now picked my books. I know what I'm reading. I didn't quite get everything that I wanted on TBR, which is quite annoying, but we shall see. So as you saw, the first of the Adventurer's Path prompt was a strong female main character, and if I could make it a graphic novel or manga, then that would get me the bonus. I've decided to go for a non-graphic novel and manga, so if I do read this, I obviously won't get the bonus of it, but that is Get a Life, Chloe Brown. I'll be listening to the audiobook of this, and I'll be highlighting and annotating the book. Again, this is one that I'm rereading for my 5-year anniversary celebrations. I'm rereading various books that I have loved throughout my time on the 5 years that I've been on BookTube, and this is one of the books that I plan on reading, so I want to get started on that. Then we picked out The Jar of Doom, which is 7 X's by Lucy Vine, I believe. This one is basically saying that every woman finds a magazine article where it's saying that every woman has 7 X's, and that of those 7, one of them is to be your soulmate or something like that. So she decides to get back in touch with all of her exes to try and figure out which of the ones that she let get away is actually her true love or her soulmate, if any of them. It sounds like it could be a really good time. Then I had a book that I need to finish. So this one specifically is a book that I have already started, and maybe I've soft DNF'd, or, you know, one that I started this month that's going to overspill, so I need to finish it. And I did have 2 in mind. The first of them was Wolf Song by TJ Klune, and the second one was right in front of me, was Dark Rise by C.S. Pacat. And I've decided to go with Dark Rise by C.S. Pacat because I got halfway through it. I got 120 pages in, and I was really enjoying it, and I don't really know why I didn't continue it. So I'm going to go back, start that, get that one done. Next up was Mental Health Rep with obviously the LGBT plus bonus. I opted to use my free swap, and I swapped that out, and I drew Royalty instead. So I will be reading Gwen and Art Are Not in Love by Lex Croucher. Bonus of this one is that it's also LGBT, so if this comes up in the Amazing Readathon, there's bonuses associated with that. So that's always good. And this is kind of like a loose King Arthur inspired retelling kind of thing. I think it's either that, or it's that the Gwen and Art are the descendants of the original Arthur and Guinevere. But it sounds fun, and it's full of queerness, and I love the colours, and I've been wanting to read this for so long. Then it was the 550 plus page book because we got a dead end, and that's why I've gone back to Wolf Song, because it's definitely a 550 plus page book. Then I got the highest or lowest rated on my Goodreads, and I went onto my Goodreads, and the highest rated, I can't remember what it was, the highest. The lowest was Asking for a Friend by Andy Osho. However, I decided to trade in one of my lives from previous rounds, and I have done another prompt swap, and instead I ended up with sports. And for this, thankfully, meant that I could add Powerless by Elsie Silver, because this follows Jasper, who is a hockey player. If I remember rightly, he's the not only like a big league goalie, but he's the goalie for the Canadian like Olympics team. So he's a big shot. He's a very much a hot shot sport player, and I'm hoping that it's going to mention the sports in here enough that I can be like, yeah, that justifies it, because it has done so far with most of them. So those were the prompts for specifically the Adventurer's Path TBR game. And then for Adventurerathon mini round, my character is taking Path 3 when she heads on to the next round. And so for Path 3, the quest is a book set in the dark. I think it is. I could be wrong. But The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman, because it's set in a graveyard and it features ghosts and things like that. I'm assuming a lot of it is going to be set during the night time. But even if I am wrong, the backup option for that prompt is to read something with ghosts and things like that. So it will count in one box or the other, it will count for pathway 3. And I have decided I'm going to go for the bounties. And then for the bounties, Whoa There Big Guy, which is to read a group read. I'm being slightly naughty because it, as I said in the video, for this month, if you do your prompts in June and choose books with LGBT rep, you get a bonus amount of gold. So for Whoa There Big Guy, the group read, I'll be reading Dark Rise by C.S.P. Cat. Now, I'm not reading this in June as a group read. However, when I first started reading this, it was a group read with a whole bunch, mostly of the Aussies. So because I started it as a group read, I'm still going to count it as a buddy group read. Because, you know, and because it is LGBT, I will also get that extra gold. And for this chest is cursed, which is the prompt is a cursed object. I've gone with the Dreamers Trilogy Book 2, which is not Mr. Impossible. And this follows Ronan Lynch from The Raven Cycle, who is queer. So that has the LGBT rep. And the cursed object, certainly in the first book, there's a painting that we're told about, and it is specifically described as being a cursed item. And the people that are hunting down the dreamers, or the Zeds as they call them, they consider all the items that have been dreamt up to be cursed. So that's where we have cursed item. So that is my TBR for the month. As I said, I still have a few things that I want to get on there. I've still got like the Promise of Blood, I've still got the Dissonance, but it's already kind of a chunky month. So I don't want to go too crazy. But obviously we also don't yet know what the Amazing Readathon is going to throw at us. So, yeah. Let me know if you are taking part in any readathons in June and what are your reading plans for the month. I hope you're all good. I hope you're staying safe. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Don't forget to check out my Patreon. I am now going to be adjusting the tiers ever so slightly so that anyone, even if you join for free, you will gain access to the book club should you wish to. So please do feel free to go and check that out. If you're still stuck for suggestions for the Adventurerathon mini round, I am still working on a recommendation video. I've just been in a weird headspace and struggling to film and do stuff this month. So I promise that will be coming in the first couple of weeks of June. But in the meantime, I hope you're good. I hope you're staying safe. And until next time, bye.